So I said that we would begin taking a look at the human body here pretty soon, and I thought we'd throw one in real quick, especially since we just got done with the Stonehenge analysis, and we determined that the most important thing about the number there was 19, and that is 19 rings and circles from the very center of Metatron's cube. So the point of this video is going to begin to show you how the human body is tied to the specific geometry. And so what I've brought you to here is the Stanford University, because we're going to take a look at the eye that they have here drawn to scale in a diagram, which is what we see right here. And there is a PDF document associated with this, but he proposed this geometric model of an eye, and you can see there's a lot of math going on right here, but I'm going to show you that all of this is contained in the geometry in Metatron's cube. If we come down here at the bottom, this is the PDF document, and I will leave links in here so you can take a look at it. And there's one more diagram in here I want to show you. This is the first one, and it shows that there is a smaller circle inside of a larger circle, but it's also showing that that smaller circle is bulging from the larger one. So if we take a look at it, they're both perfectly round circles. It's just that this one here, the smaller one, is actually bulging from the outside. So the key question here is, how do you know how far that this thing is supposed to poke out? Well, these guys are actually doing real geometry on this, but I'm going to show you that Metatron's cube actually does this naturally, using the 19 ring system that I showed you when I was showing you Stonehenge. There's one right below it showing the same kind of thing, and you can see the sphere bulging from the larger sphere. And remember, something has to bound that to keep it from going out too far. And so that's what we're really interested in looking at. Also, of course, the ratio and the size of the circles that we see here too. So I brought this into my program, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when we put it in Metatron's cube. So here's Metatron's cube with the same 19 ring system that I was showing you with Stonehenge. And these numbers that you see here with R1 and R2, if you notice the equal sign means roughly, right? But if you actually calculate this out, you'll find that this smaller circle is approximately 2/3 of the larger. Now, in our ring system, these are fit in there naturally. And so this one that you see highlighted here in the back in red is to show you that it's the same size as the one that we see that's darker here that's in their diagram. This is a perfect overlay that you see right here. And you see how this circle is bulging out. The dark gray circle is bulging out of the light gray circle. And what's actually happening in here is we have 6 circles that normally surround the 7. And just like we've seen in these crop circles and stuff like that I'm showing you, this geometry, these are actually bounding the larger circle here. Now, the smaller circle that we see right here, both of these are being, the radii of both of these are being bound by those circles. But also, this red one right here that you see, the next size larger ring, it also bounds the smaller dark gray circle. Okay, so all this happens naturally. And if you draw a line from the center here over to this guy, you'll see that's where that touches the circle on both sides. And this is the ring that you see that goes all the way around. This geometry is natural in Metatron's cube. If we come over here, we see the same kind of thing. We have something slightly different here, but we can begin to see kind of what he's showing us with cones, and it looks like cones and rods. I'm not really sure here. But the geometry is falling, for example, on these rings and portions of these rings. But as you can see, the size of the larger gray circle here, the size of the darker gray one, how far it bulges, and the red ring that comes around that contains it, as well as these 6 circles, the geometry is there. And that's kind of what I'm showing you. I'm going to be showing you a lot more about the human body later on. Because there's a lot more to this with Metatron's cube, and you're going to kind of see and understand the geometry of the universe. So you guys take care, and I'll talk to you soon.